You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about Caitlin Clark and where it is she currently ranks on the hierarchy of most marketable athletes, because a list has been revealed. I'm pretty surprised by a couple of the names on here. What is so odd is how you never see any NFL names in the top 10 list of these kind of lists, when you consider the NFL is far and away the most popular sport, at least in America. But we know soccer rules all, especially overseas and in foreign countries. So that's where you see your Ronaldos and your Messis. And the fact that Caitlin Clark is anywhere around those two guys is pretty remarkable, because we are talking about a WNBA player at the end of the day. And that goes to show you right there who's moving the needle in the league and who is not. And look, when I see this top 10 list, and we'll look at it in a second, but I don't see, in fact, let me just pull it up right here. This is the top 10 down here. Is Angel Reese anywhere to be seen? Seriously? I don't even know who this guy is. This Vinicius Jr. I don't watch soccer. He's a soccer player. I don't know who he is. They've got Simone Biles as 1, LeBron as 3, Caitlin Clark 4, Lionel Messi 5. So that tells you all you need to know about how popular she is. She is ahead of Messi. And I think actually when I looked at the actual list, her and Messi may be tied. I don't know. But they've got her ahead, and you see that headline, is the most marketable WNBA star. I don't think you have to be Einstein or a rocket scientist to have come to that conclusion. I think we figured that out on our own by looking at ratings and revenue and attendance. So here we go. The 22-year-old has leveraged her superstardom into multiple endorsement deals with globally renowned companies like Wilson Sporting Goods, Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, Bose, Buick, and many others. Once again, weren't people trying to tell us that A'ja Wilson was like the big star, the big marketable star in this league? Angel Reese was right there too. Nah. That's not actually a fact. In fact, here we go. Clark and her team are surely approached by so many companies they want to collaborate with that they're probably pretty picky. I'm sure they're very picky. Still, while women's basketball world has witnessed this in real time, it's hard to quantify where Clark's marketability matched up alongside some of the world's elite in other sports. Clark came in at a whopping number 4 on the list, only behind Olympic icon Simone Biles, soccer star Vinicius Jr. Again, I don't even know who that is. And NBA legend LeBron James. While it's an impressive list, that may be even more impressive at the hands behind Clark. Yeah, so they do bring up Cristiano Ronaldo, and, of course, Lionel Messi. The soccer players are always going to get major play when it comes to these marketable lists. So what does this mean? Marketability matters. It leads to endorsements, which often are the path to higher earnings for WNBA players who still make a percentage of what their NBA counterparts pull in. Well, they lost $40 million this last year, and now they're unwilling to wait for the new media rights deal to kick in. So the WNBA just got all this momentum. I did this video last night. They may be facing a lockout, and it's crazy, the idea that these women would want to have a work stoppage, right after their league, after all these years, finally gets some momentum. It's baffling. It really is. I mean, look, build your league up and see where you're at. So this was what was said about the entire situation. Quote, somebody like Caitlin Clark, she's got a lot of momentum behind her, as does women's sports, but she doesn't have multiple years of consistent performance and consistent achievement, say Chris Collins, Chief Executive North Star Solutions Group. If that's all we looked at, she would never even rise into a category of some of the longer-term athletes like LeBron or Messi have been doing this forever. Dixon, meanwhile, said the list should hush any doubters who still question Clark's impact on today's market. WNBA Chief Marketing Officer Phil Cook described it best when he described Clark's arrival to the league as Tiger Woods entering the PGA. It's very similar, yes. I was not a golf watcher at all. Tiger came along, and that changed it all for me. I watched golf a whole lot. When Tiger's involved, especially in the majors, I'm watching it. Quote, that gives you an idea of how transformative she already has been and will be in the coming years. Now, you also notice something else. Olympic athletes are on this list, right? So the Olympics seems to be a big deal when it comes to marketable athletes. Again, it's kind of wild that you don't see any NFL players in the top 10, seriously. Yeah, people are asking, where's Steph Curry? Is this list for America? This person said it's a terrible list. 10 basketball players in the top 57 of them being women. Does this mean that the WNBA still isn't capitalizing on the breadth of marketable athletes in the league? No. I don't know anybody buying WNBA merch if it does not have a Clark somewhere involved or number 22 with the Indiana Fever. Clark should be number 1. I gotta tell you, I think that could be a thing. Yeah, there's Patrick Mahomes. So the list is sort of getting called out, but again, this looks like it is a list that's comprised of international kind of athletes along with American athletes. And look, soccer's not nearly as popular here as it is in these foreign countries, but Caitlin Clark's number 4 ahead of Messi. That is, of all the things involved in this list, being ahead of Messi is probably the most impressive part about it. Again, no other WNBA players in the top 10 at all. And look, again, if you've been watching, if you've been paying attention, if you've been consuming the statistics, you already know any fool could have been asked, yeah, LeBron James and Caitlin Clark are the 2 biggest basketball stars in the country and in the world right now. I don't even think it's that close. I really don't. Steph Curry's not in the top 10. Actually kind of surprised me, but he's not. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, maybe they're further down. I haven't seen the entire list, but they're not in the top 10. I was kind of surprised that Jordan wasn't in the top 10, believe it or not. Even all these years later, just because of the Jordan brand, right? Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.